Hello everyone and welcome to more Elden Ring. Chilled says, John Elden Ring. Hello, Musk. Hello, Chilled. How are you on this Thursday? I love timing things up with the music. Always a great feeling. Making pizza right now, so this is the perfect time for this stream to happen. Just got it in the oven. I love timing things perfectly. It's a great feeling. Neo loves Elden Ring. I also love Elden Ring. You know, I have to say, in the months preceding Elden Ring's release, we had a lot of those videos coming out talking about how it's actually not that good, it's not that great, it's got some problems, it's not very replayable, the bosses suck, various things of that nature. And in my mind, I was like, I mean, like, I guess they have a point with some of these things. But, as some of you know, when I got into the depths of doing the Elden Ring lore videos, which also a lot of people don't like the lore, because they think it's too vague. They went a little too kooky. I feel like that's kind of a general, perhaps, criticism of Elden Ring was FromSoft went a little overboard, and that ended up being to the game's detriment. When we were doing those lore videos, I went like months without actually playing the game. Like, I was doing other stuff. And so I was becoming fairly detached from the actual game itself. But thanks to this playthrough, I mean, I've played the game, I've played through it a couple times before this, but thanks to this playthrough, in which we're trying to go into things fairly in depth, it is really reigniting my appreciation of this game, and has reaffirmed to me that, yeah, this game is fucking amazing. It's a 10, you know? It has some problems, like any game does, and I do agree with various criticisms of the boss design. I agree with the notion that, you know, having all of the resources spread out over a vast open world makes it so that, you know, you're not really exploring it for the sake of it anymore, you're just kind of like doing grocery shopping. But I have had a fucking blast in this playthrough so far. And we're not even halfway through it, I guess. Like, we're maybe halfway through it. In terms of hour count, we're maybe halfway through. Now, can I remember how to get over there? I believe we jump on this thing. Or we jump down there. Hup. So last time we did the Radon Festival, we finished up exploring most of Caelid, and then we spent like 45 minutes fighting the Bellbearing Hunter here. Because this one, I'm pretty confident, scales higher than the one up in the Altus Plateau. So, because once again, pretty sure, scaling-wise, Caelid is meant to be done after Altus. So I'm pretty sure that's kind of what the area is here for, is to be like, hey, before you go any further, have Limgrave and Liurnia been too easy for you? Well, we have just the shithole for you. Really love when we have the, what would we want to call this? The, leaf fall? I'm not gonna call it a golden shower. Oh yeah, that's something a little different. It's a very nice phenomenon. Having natural phenomena that occur because of the Erd Tree, I think, makes it feel more like a part of the world rather than just this big thing that's in the background. Because, I mean, you could miss all of the items that talk about how important the Erd Tree is. But you'll never not see it. And every once in a while, it kind of reminds you that it's hanging over literally everything. Chilled says, personally, I'm not a fan of stuffed crusts. Oh, what's your opinion of it? I've had good stuffed crust, and I've had bad stuffed crust. I think it depends on what sort of mood I'm in. Like, if I'm feeling particularly gluttonous, I would probably like some stuffed crust, but generally speaking, I just like my normal pizza. Oh, shit. Oh, this dude's gonna fucking kill us! Whew, that was a bit stressful. Now, I do believe this is, unless you count the one in Lanedale connected to the Divine Bridge, which I guess is technically the isolated tower, which we were able to see earlier, but now we're kind of not. Hold on, is this the path? That's pointless. No bliss ahead. Dragons don't have their own outer god. They're just the original servants of the greater will. The ancient dragons have red gold lightning. Red gold is the most raw version of gold. According to what, might I ask? Because when Placidusax decided to stay outside of time, it was after their god had fled. Maybe not necessarily an outer god, because it's not clear if the outer gods can even, like, physically manifest around here. Like, they're gods, they can't enter the material plane or something. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was their equivalent to an Empyrean. Not sure. Ooh. I cannot really remember the way to get up here. We're just kind of doing this improvised. That guy dropped something, or was that body always here? The god that fled was just their version of America? That's a possibility. Undeniably. But the ancient dragons were around before the Erd Tree. And I agree with... I don't remember what channel it was from. And I don't remember if Vadi agrees on it, but the Erd Tree seems to be the greater will taking over the Elden Ring and the Primordial Crucible. Which is why, you know, the color of the Erd Tree changes depending on which mending rune we use on the Elden Ring. Because it's just whatever sort of power is now taking over everything. The dragons losing their place as the rulers of the world, yeah, there's the isolated tower over there, seem to be what helped bring about the dominance of the greater will. Or the greater will intentionally just got rid of them somehow, and that allowed it to take over. Maybe it slapped the shit out of their god and made it run away. The The more I've thought about it recently, the more fascinating the timeline of this world becomes. Elden Ring lore goes deep. It has many layers to it. Its lore is gigantic, just as a result of how fucking big the world itself is. Like, I'm pretty sure most Dark Souls games could fit in one of the regions of this game, in terms of the sheer size of the map. Frumzula is seemingly the oldest civilization in the lands between. The oldest, like, I guess, if you assume it's the civilization of the dragons, because, you know, the dragons are stone creatures are the first creatures. Along with the Onyx Lords, they seem to be the ancient folk. After you release Destined Death, Placidus Sax could beat the Elden Beast. Yeah, it probably could. Not to mention, like, sort of the, hierarchy of power within the cosmos is a little mind-boggling. Because here we are, just kind of a guy, I guess. And most of this world is ruled by demigods. And those demigods are the offspring of a god, like a quote-unquote real god. And there are apparently some other gods besides Marika, like, Eagle is seemingly a god of some kind. There were other actual gods that the Godskin Apostles hunted down. Then we have the Outer Gods, which just seem to be sort of probably higher dimensional entities. You know, they're like the Great Ones in Bloodborne, perhaps. Maybe even a little more eldritch, a little more immaterial. And then you have the big capital G God, the One Great, who I'm very confident we only ever hear about from Hyetta at the end of the Frenzied Flame questline. The Saxon ancient dragon means stone. Perfect. Radahn's Great Rune. A great rune of the Shardbearer Radahn. Its blessing raises maximum HP, FP, and stamina. Radahn was amongst the children of Rennala and Radagon, who became demigod stepchildren after Radagon's union with Queen Marika. The great rune burns to resist the encroachment of the Scarlet Rot. Some people have brought this up, and it's something I kind of forgot about, but the demigods are all made stronger by the fact that they're Shardbearers. Like, Godric would be a literal nobody if it weren't for his great rune. He would just be one of the random golden lineage nobles. And then, you know, he has the grafting too. But, like, he's better. Even better because he has the great rune. So, basically everyone that we fight, all those big demigod fellas, they are buffed. Because they get those great runes. And then this once again raises the lore plot hole of who the fuck has the other great runes that, like, previous Tarnished have collected. Oh, only a real member of the Round Table Hold has a great rune in their possession. That's nice, I guess. Where the fuck did you get yours, Gideon? Where did Corrin and Dialos? Where did they get theirs? Grand Sax, the Giant Stone, Fortisax, the Enduring Stone, Sax, the Unmoving Stone, Lanciax, the Spear Stone. Well, I sure do love language. Don't you guys love language? It is definitely one of the things to ever exist. So Radahn's already really, like, Radahn was really strong, and then he got his great rune, which made him even more cracked, and then the same applies to Melania. We'll get to that tower later. We're not able to see Frumzula from here, are we? No, we're not. You can see it from that tower, though. Which direction are we looking in? You know, when you're down, like, over here, wherever that tower specifically is, you can see it. So... Falling stars, huh? Those are a thing, right? I'm debating. I'm not sure. If I should do all of the Eternal Cities today, or if we should, like, just do Nokron and then go do the paths to Altus. 'Cause I don't want to fight the fucking Valiant Gargoyles. I think we might be a little under-leveled for doing, like, Noxtala and the Nameless Eternal City. I wonder, is the Great Kenneth Height still here? Because I can't figure out how to trigger the progression of their quest line. Ah yes, I did, I mentioned this on the Discord like a week ago. Do Altus before Nameless and Noxtala? Okay. Because I know there were some people in the Discord. I was basically listing off all the areas we have left. We have like a dozen left. Debating, like, what to do. And I had planned, like, the whole time. Like, this stream we do Nokron. And then go do all the different ways we get up to the Altus Plateau. But having a singular stream for all the Eternal Cities does seem quite convenient. Lanedale after Nameless, because you can enter Lanedale from there. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Oh, Kenneth, are you still up here? Yes.
I must begin my for a true.
Wish this was kind of like an old RPG where you could just fucking tell characters anything. I remember, well, it was like a month or so ago, I was like, man, I wonder what it would be like to run a D&D campaign of Elden Ring, and then was reminded that my current D&D campaign was Elden Ring inspired. It was created out of the desire to play Elden Ring while it was still months away from release. But I think it would be interesting to at least see someone take the entire world map, fucking everything in it, and make it into a D&D campaign. I actually wonder which FromSoft game would make the best D&D campaign. Is a trader taken care of? Onwards to Nokron, then. Go on, I'll catch up. What about a Souls game in Elgato? Ho-ho! I would be very flattered by that. That would be nice. For those of you not in the loop, which is the vast majority of you watching this because you're not in my D&D campaign, Algata is the old, forgotten name of the continent that the campaign takes place on. A place only known as the Cursed Lands. Probably Elden Ring because its world fits the best. It's got the biggest world, like you get the most to work with. How's that going, by the way? It's going great. We've gotten to the phase of the story where the fucking... The Spanish imperialists have finally showed up. And also, Neve's character is going to be leaving for, well, character reasons, so... That should make for some great emotional stuff. We're chugging along through Act 2. The party now has a good idea of, like, what the next several months of their travels are going to consist of. They've formed a mental map of where they're going to be going. So, I would say everything is progressing quite nicely. Soporific Grease. Solidified grease made from a mixture of light purple materials. Craftable item. Coats armament, inflicting sleep. The effect lasts only for a short time. What an interesting place to find that. Can't wait for you to get to Altus just to bask in the glory of the ever-brilliant gold mask. Oh, it'll be great. So this is Nokron, for real. Not like the fucking, the front yard of Nokron. This is the real city. The place's infrastructure looks like it has some problems. Ah, that spooky ambiance. It reminds me of, like, Bloodborne music. Which makes sense, because this place feels like the fucking Chalice dungeons. Oh, it's the ancient civilization found deep beneath the earth. Silver Tear Husk. A hardened husk shed by a formless life form known as the Silver Tear, found in and around the Eternal City. Material used for crafting items. Silver Tear makes mockery of life, reborn again and again into imitation. Perhaps one day it will be reborn a lord. So yeah, again, the Nox had this whole thing with trying to create life, trying to create their own lord so that they could escape the control of the Greater Will. I wonder if they have any specific connection to the Albinaurics. I do like how the lore of the ancient spirits is they dedicate around life being born from death, as well as horns. Yeah, they're quite unique. They're very interesting. Now I have to wonder, why is everything down here so fucked? Like all the buildings are flipped over and stuff. Like they're all at angles. This one's literally on its side. What exactly happened? Well, once again, I don't think Astel, like, threw meteors at the Eternal City until it just sunk underground. I'm pretty sure Astel, or the Astel, teleported it. I know a meteor crashed down here, but the issue is if a meteor crashed down here, this would all be obliterated. It would not just fall over. Everything is weird and misplaced, but it's not destroyed. I also wondered if the Eternal Cities had built down into the ground. Like, for example, that's infrastructure built for being underground. You don't build something above ground like that. That's stupid. That's built like that because it's attached to the roof of the cavern. If perhaps the Eternal Cities were not teleported underground, the Eternal Cities just went from the surface all the way down here far below. And the Asto, using their meteors and stuff, as is described, just leveled the Eternal City on the surface so that all of the surviving Nox were forced to live underground. That's also a possibility. Oh, we got 10 people in here. So, if you're in here and you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the stream. Let's see how quickly we can hit 10 likes. Now these guys. Wow. Wow, that was wow. That is really something. Oh. These guys, for starters, are dead as shit. These guys are zombies. Yeah, I love AI pathing. Let's see, did anyone not fall off a cliff? You. Could you flip over? I miss Dark Souls 3 Ragdoll. And Bloodborne Ragdoll, it was so stupid. I suppose we can get a better look at a live one up here. Due to there being no rune of death, everyone, as we know, just kind of keeps getting recycled through the Erd tree. And I guess the way it works is they literally do just resurrect into their bodies, I suppose. I don't know why we needed to get this again. Like, I suppose we're in the Nokron region, and then this is the specific Nokron area? I don't know. However, they have reincarnated so much that they have just gone fucking nuts. They've gone insane. Their bodies decay, but they're not allowed to die. Is this literally just Dark Souls 1? A little bit, yeah. Is Miyazaki kind of running out of ideas? Maybe a little bit. I mean, you can kind of tell when this is Bloodborne and Dark Souls happening at the same time. You could argue that they basically took the entire Dark Souls trilogy and Bloodborne and they put them in the same game. Yeah, it's certainly big enough. Give Miyazaki a vacation to Greece, that's how your impression. Well, he also got Grimm to help him out, so that's what gave him some more ideas. Because the demigods are kind of a new thing. Technically, Dark Souls had gods, but they were more so just like... If you want to talk about the gods that got worshipped as gods like Velka and stuff, they were just sort of absent. They were like actual gods. You know, the way gods were back in like ancient Greece and shit, where people, you know, they had shrines and stuff to worship them, but in real life they weren't actually walking around doing stuff. Instead, there were mostly just the lords, people with lord souls, guys that were just really strong and had big souls. In this, we have actual demigods. We are in a pantheon. Have we gotten a larval tier before? I think we have. Yeah, we got one. Now these guys, interestingly, they have the inverted hawk shields, which means they are slaves that got sent down here. And, well, as you can tell, they've been down here for a while. They are not doing too hot. Presumably they were forces of Godric's, like, a really fucking long time ago. But now they've just decayed to such a state they don't even really resemble humans. Chilled says, oh, these husk people are just people who were trapped underground in Knoxville. They couldn't escape and their torches extinguished, so they burned their own dead kin for light with ghost flame? Interesting. I was going to comment about them using ghost flame. I was wondering if they perhaps were worshippers of the Death Outer God. Given how ancient the Eternal City is, I would not be surprised if that were around here, since that sort of worship was supposed to be way ancient, like before the Erd Tree stuff. Like with the Deathbirds. Spirit Flame Arrow. Oh, yep, used by the Company of the Fallen Hawk, once ordered to explore the Eternal City. Ghost Flame in general is just when bones are fully burned. It's still used even in catacombs. It's a way of separating the body and soul. Very interesting. That would certainly make sense. That also explains the whole ritual for creating spirits. You know, for the guardian spirits that want to serve as those who live in death, protect the mausoleums and such. Do you think elves would be vegans? I could see it. Great Shield Soldier Ashes. Spirits of Great Shield Soldiers who belong to the Fallen Hawks, a band of soldiers that once explored the Eternal City. Stout defenders with a steady guard. Though their methods are somewhat crude, they work well as a squadron, and will attract attention of enemies or lob ghost flame from the rear guard. Wonder if those guys are any good. Not gonna find out, because we're not really using them. Me who combines all the flames. Skittle flames. Sounds like quite the interesting idea. I can't handle the like, apparently. I can't handle it. Good to know, Griefer. You had Dark Souls enemy going insane, time to get naked. That does seem to be a bit of an interesting thing in these games. Whenever people go, like, absolutely insane, they just take all of their clothes off. Speaking of, not going absolutely insane, here we have one of the Nox. I believe this is the first living one we've encountered. They're taking their dog for a walk, as you can see here. Bye. Let's see if we can get a good look at what these people have going on. For starters, they look to be humans. Pale skin, though, to be expected when you live underground forever. Nox are a feminist society. Yes, we'll see this later, but most of them do seem to be female. Their armor is very interesting. Did the color just change? Or am I going nuts? No, it did. That's weird. Okay. Alright. Cool, cool. That's an interesting thing to happen. Yes, their armor is quite similar to the Black Knife Assassins. Oh, it's probably since I inflicted frost. Those ashes are so funny. They hide behind great shields and bash people into stun locks. Oh, I do like the sound of that. What are you looking at here, buddy? Beautiful view, by the way. I love the Parthenon. I love the Mogwin Palace. I remember being all the way down there back during the first playthrough and always seeing that and thinking, how the hell do I get to that? How do I get there? Fun fact, Fire Giant's resistance resets in Phase 2 because Phase 2 Fire Giant is a completely different entity to Phase 1. Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It fights and moves almost completely differently. Nox are one of the character presets at the start. The one that bleeds silver. I didn't notice the Nox were an option at the start. I only remember the Newman. Mogwin Palace is very cool. You are correct. So, we're gonna do something a little funny here, a little humorous, mildly. Yeah. I'll be able to do it. Or you want me to fist fight it? Alright. Let's go, bitch. Let's fucking tangle. So this is the Mimic tier. Sure you can guess what its gimmick is. We got two Grievers fighting each other. Ooh. Whoa! Oh my, oh! Fake Grievers got hands. Holy shit. If we're literally Griever, this is metaphorically Griever. Symbolically Griever, perhaps. Oh, those were the Night Folk in the character creator. I see. We are both covered. This is so fucking stupid. Time to fight the man who ruined your life. Yourself. Let's see here. Do we have the cestus? I don't think so. I think we had to buy it somewhere. Oh well. Nah, I don't have any fist weapons, unfortunately. Oh well. Hold on. Oh wow, that missed. We're so shit. That is quite humorous. Oh, you don't, you silly goose. The stand has gained sentience. So anyway, that was the thing. Larval Tear and the Silver Tear Mask. I had forgotten that we were going to play around with these a little bit, so I guess we'll do that now. We'll be going unmasked and unshielded to fuck around with these things. There was cut content involving the Mimic where you could let it live in your body, but eventually it would betray you, leading you to this boss fight. I cannot even fathom how that would work. There we go, perfect. And we got this silly thing that doubles the damage you take. Mask fashioned from the corpse of a formless silver tear, supported by its hardened shed husk. Greatly increases arcane to the detriment of physical attack. Oh wait, no, it makes you do less damage. I was mistaken. To imitate the imitator is a cunning play indeed. Certainly very interesting. Melina even had dialogue reacting to the Mimic being in your body. Now that is very interesting. That is fascinating. So we got a lovely view here. We're much closer to the top of the cavern than we were before. Stand named Mr. Booze. Yeah, I think that would be the name of Griever's stand. How you doing? Silver Tear, you really were the Elden Ring all along. I'm gonna assume that the Mogwin Palace was originally like the palace of the royalty of the Eternal City. Because when they're, you know, oh, we're reviving the dynasty. Not the Mogwin dynasty. The Mogwin dynasty didn't exist before. but they're kind of reviving the presence of a dynasty in the palace. You know, it was once the home of nobles, and it will be again. Yeah, join our cult. Do it. Speaking of cult, we got this ghost guy here. He looks to be just a random peasant. Lord of Blood, your eminence, I beg you, grant me a seat at the table of the dynasty. Long live the Mogwin dynasty. Long live the Mogwin dynasty. God damn you, Moog, getting me to say dynasty instead of dynasty. So I wonder what this dude's doing here, but, you know, obviously, this is basically how you find out. Oh yeah, Moog's over there. Unless you use the thing that Vare gave us. That I think he gave us. Did we ever actually get that? Oh, I guess I still need to go get that from him. Oh, we can do that later. It's not too important. What is more important is lighting up these things. Yeah, we're going to be going back to Liurnia when we're done here anyway, so I'll do that then. We got a few things to take care of in Liurnia. So, these ancestral followers are alive. Which makes me wonder, why aren't there any of the living ones down there? Presumably it's because of those fucking lightning things killing everything. How are they living on as spirits? Probably something to do with the whole spirit thing they believe in, the ancestor spirits. And of course we've got to have the women singing. Reminds me of Shulva. Reminds me of the singing priestesses there. Hi. I'm really gonna have to get used to the colossal greatsword timings again. Here's Nokron, but we'll deal with that after we're done with this place first. You can't do it. You're right, I can't. So, would you look at what that is? It's one of the red wolves. What's it doing down here? I don't know. What are any of the other animals doing down here? The red wolves really just seem to be like a big variety of wolf. They're just animals. A rare variety, perhaps some kind of special variant, like an albino, except they're gingers. Ugh. Actually, gingers are usually pretty pale anyway, aren't they? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that one knows magic as well, so either they had a bunch of pet ones and that one just got down here somehow, I don't know. Or they just know magic somehow. Yeah, if you look closely at the horns of the ancestral spirit, you can see it's got flowers growing from its horns, showing life growing from death. Yeah, it's really interesting. Don't mind me at all. I should sit up a bit whenever my head moves around. You can hear it through the mic. Now, I do think it is a little lazy for this ancestral wood to basically just be the same thing as the Schiefer Riverbank, but smaller. But I do appreciate that it's smaller, so... Wonder what other orders could coexist with the Golden Order? Because sorcery Moonbelief does, same for the dragons. I suppose something... It seems like things that try to overwrite life are not, you know, able to coexist with it. Like the Scarlet Rot can't. Those who live in death kinda can't. The Omen can't. Things like that. Obviously, worship of Eagle, that's not gonna fly. Anyway, we all love a little bit of spectacle. This is a nice, calm spectacle. And this music. Yeah, orders that are too strong are important to subjugate. So I'm pretty sure this one's a bit glowier than the normal one. But he has a few other things like that. And there are other animal spirits in here, which is very interesting. This seems to be just kind of where, like, all of the spirits end up, I guess. Royal Deer Dead Authority. This is infinitely better than the Royal Rat Authority. Doesn't have any bullshit in it. It's just easy. Simple. Very pretty. Very serene and beautiful. This is definitely one of those boss fights where we're the bad guy, because the Ancestor Spirit's just minding its own business. It's just chilling. This thing that's like probably thousands of years old is just hanging out in this cave. You come fuck with it. Shouldn't be a remembrance boss. Don't know if that's a hot take. Okay, I was gonna get into that. We'll get into it when we're done with it. Oh! Can the music kick in, please? Because the Phase 2 music for this fight is actually really beautiful. And I had never really noticed it until recently. Yeah, I've seen some people point this out, and I didn't notice it until then, but this thing does the same spirit jump that, Torrent does. Which I suppose makes sense given that Torrent is also kind of a spirit thing. And it's seemingly able to absorb life from other spirits around it. I guess it's just kind of absorbing the spirits into itself. Wife being born from death, I guess. Ah, the good old case of the ROM. You could get hit while teleported away. Yeah, hitboxes or something, aren't they? Oh yeah, that's the thing you do. Second phase might be one of your favorites. It's very good. It's just this boss can get killed before you even hear it, so you probably never hear it. Fuck. I keep thinking I can run through that, and I can't. Yeah, it even has the same sound effects as far as double jump. Oh, the rolls! Yeah, I love this guy. He's so good. That was close. A little concerningly close. I'm gonna kill myself. Oh! Wouldn't happen to have anything that heals me, do I? Well, we're just gonna have to no-hit this. I keep thinking I have to do left bumper to hit with this. I'm way too used to the Dark Souls 3 dual wielding controls. Damn. Owned. Ah, I don't remember the last time I got killed by this guy. This is the creepiest boss in the trailer. Creepy in a cool way. Tater said I was really excited for this boss and wasn't disappointed. It was my most anticipated boss from the trailer. Hello, Clover. How are you? Yeah, I can see why. I thought it seemed really cool. Now, Heavenly said this shouldn't be a remembrance boss. Don't know if that's a hot take. I agree. For two reasons. One, it's ironic to say after just dying to it, but that was mostly just due to me being sloppy. It's way too easy. A lot of them, the remembrance bosses generally have to be at least a bit difficult, in my opinion. And the second reason being is that this thing is not really significant to the world. Pretty much all of the remembrance bosses have some kind of world significance. They're either a demigod, or they're someone that was incredibly influential in history. The Regal Ancestor Spirit is neither of those things. Ouch. First one should give you the talisman, this one should give you the weapon. Yeah, that would make sense. Also, I don't really like remembrance bosses having reskins or being reskins. Part of why Stars of Darkness is kind of atrocious is because it just makes Astel less special, despite Astel being a remembrance boss. Or, you know, the natural born. Being a remembrance boss becomes less important. It's less special now. I'm surprised this thing hasn't staggered yet. I know it can stagger. It has more moves as well, right? Yeah, it has the big crazy ceiling grab thing. Where like 6 of it show up. Like it summons a bunch of the incomplete Astos. Whenever he's gonna Margit so he's gonna fight him and then Morgoth changes him. Yeah, that one's fine for me. Because it's literally just supposed to be, oh, it's just a projection of him. He's holding back his power level. It's too slow. Fun fact, Astos grab is a definitive instant kill. It is? That's fascinating. I don't remember if I've been hit by it before. And I cannot remember if I've been killed by it. Oh, you fucker. Shit. I love the way it it's so good. Placidus Expo has a strong attack rate. I believe it's either that or Radahn's meteor re-entry. They both do like 10, 11... I know Radahn's does like 11,000 damage or something stupid. I think Placidus Axes can do like 20,000 or something ridiculous. Anyway, that's apparently a legend. Remembrance of the Regal Ancestor. Remembrance of the Regal Ancestor spirit hewn into the Erd Tree. Ancestral spirits exist as a phenomenon beyond the purview of the Erd Tree. Life sprouts from death, as it does from birth. Such is the way of the living. So get this, right? There's this giant eldritch creature which destroyed an eternal city and is only accessible by completing an important NPC questline. But then there's another one in a cave somewhere. Radahn's meteor doesn't take iframes into account when you get hit. Oh yeah, I don't think it does. I mean, that makes sense. How the fuck are you supposed to dodge that? How feasibly are you supposed to dodge it? Doesn't make any sense. Your method of dodging it is to get out of the fucking way, you know? That's how you dodge. But anyway, why don't we go have a look at whatever he just gave us? Radahn can't swim, so who cares? Yeah, I mean, you can just... I don't know if they patched that out, but I believe someone found you can just go stand by the edge of the ocean, and he'll just fall in. Roger, how are you feeling?
Always good to see you. So, what do you need? Maybe I should tell you. Lately, I feel I'm on the precipice of falling into a deep, fathomless slumber. And I have an inkling it could spell trouble for you somehow.
I'm
So I
saying.
just wanted to get the apology out of the way beforehand, since you're so scary and all.
Oh, thanks. I want to see something, if it's possible. But we'll find out what that is later. Hello, Anya. So we can get the Winged Greathorn and the Ancestral Spirit's Horn. Distinctive horns suffused from the power of ancestral spirits. This large, wing-shaped specimen is wielded as a weapon of spirit worship. In the ancestral spirit-worshipping faith, these are considered envoys' wings, made to reap the lives of beings which experience no sprouting. I wonder if that's related... This seems somewhat related to the Deathbirds. Because the Deathbirds are, you know, the envoys of death. Then we have the Ancestral Spirit's Horn. Item cut from the horns of the Regal Ancestor Spirit. Restore FP upon defeating enemies. A number of new growths bud from the antler-like horns of the fallen king, each glowing with light. Thus does new life grow from death, and from death one obtains power. Fascinating. Yeah, we're a little too high level to spend that. Now, for Nokron itself. Oh, nice pizza. I now see Chilled's Pizza. Rykard's actually a blue color, but it's not easy to notice due to Mount Gelmir having a red hue and glow. Really? I definitely never noticed that. So, interesting architecture we have here right out of the gate. You know, at least in Yahar Ghul, that was people that basically got melted by the ritual or whatever. But here, it's just like, oh yeah, we built statues of, like, people getting melted into the wall and screaming or something. I suppose that's expressive, perhaps, of the despair that the Nox feel. The night's sacred ground. You worship the night and shit. Rejuvenating ball use. Black ball use is made of cave moss. Alleviates death blight buildup. Blight accumulates slowly, causing instant death once the threshold is reached. Take one of these in timely fashion to avoid such an event. A lot of tear husks just around everywhere. I guess they're shedding. Yeah, these guys have some questionable taste in art. Can I get this guy to kill himself again? It's really funny when that happens. Do it, please. Do it. Come on. Yeah, I love doing that. Yeah, that tear in its pathing. The giant fellow where you fight the Dragonkin soldier and get ice lightning is the example of the Nox trying to create their own Elden Lord / God, because it's seen on a throne. Yeah, that was my takeaway from it. So these guys are silver tears? Yes. So the mimic tears, you know, they turn into whoever they are looking at, I guess. Specifically us. Whereas the silver tears always seem to turn into a specific person. Like they're just designed to take on this form, and interestingly seem to bleed red. Probably just because they got lazy and used a player model. Praise the light. You're a big fellow. You're a big guy. Oh, hello. I see someone killing themselves. Wow, that's funny. I was wondering how long it would take for someone to comment on that. Can't wait for Elden Ring DLC, which gives a special meaning to bronze, since we've already got special meaning for gold and silver. Looks like they had another one of these guys here in Nokron. Interestingly, doesn't seem to be one in the nameless Eternal City. It's interesting to consider why that one is nameless. I have a theory, that being that just there's barely anything left of it. There is probably no record of whatever its name was. There are no living knocks from there to tell anyone what it's named. So just, its name has been lost to time. Black Whetblade. Black whetstone with a cipher engraved can be used as a whetstone knife. When applying an affinity using physical or occult type ashes of war, an additional affinity of poison, blood, or occult can be chosen. Love that video where it had the demigods in a battle royale and Radahn uses the meteor move and staggers Rykard. That sounds fantastic. Hello! Yeah, the Golden Order probably just erased because of where it is. That's also a possibility. Hello. Bye. Whatever could be in here. Oh my god, the Mimic tier. Remember when they were the best, and now they're not very good? Crazy how things change, huh? Legendary Ashen Remains. You don't say. This spirit takes the form of the summoner to fight alongside them, but its mimicry does not extend to imitating the summoner's will. Mimic tears are the result of an attempt by the Eternal City to forge a lord. Last thing a woman heard before getting penetrated from behind is Misk just saying, hello. Ah, hoo hoo. Ah, that is something. That is definitely one of the things anyone has ever implicated me in. Now this is alive somehow. Well, I say somehow. It's clearly like a silver tier, but a big fucking ball that is going to kill me. I've been through here without even aggroing it before. Today is just not my day. Also, of note that it can harm the knots, which I'm not aware of the other silver tiers being able to do outside of when the lightning ones explode. What the fuck was that? Were you licking your knife? That's a little freaky. I'm sure some people here would perhaps be into that. And a larval tier, very nice, very good. We got 11 people in here. Hello everyone, and welcome. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. I don't know how many likes we're at. We're trying to hit 10. If we've already hit 10, let's try to hit 15. So the Night's Sacred Ground, I suppose this would be like... kind of looks like probably where people would come to worship their lord. I mean, like, the whole place seems to be kind of leading up to it. It's obviously supposed to be sort of a holy place of worship. Damn, he got blasted. You fucker. I do like that this weapon art has so much poise. Makes it very useful. Soft top, lovely. And this one turns into a fucking troll. Guess that means trolls have been down here before? Or the Nox had seen trolls before? Man, I just kept going through all of the wrong flags. Very good. How researching Godwin made me progressively dislike Ronnie for what she caused to him. I mean, I already have issues with doing that shit to Godwin, but my issues have become less with Ronnie, as it seems more and more like this was orchestrated by Marika, which then means Marika orchestrated the assassination of her own son. You know, if you're a based Marika hater, you definitely probably subscribe to the theory that she kind of planned out everything. Yep, here's another one of those. One for each of the big cities. Would really like if they added the Aquamarine dagger into Elden Ring. Definitely one of the coolest DLC weapons of all time. Yeah, I love the lightsaber. Finger Slayer blade and great Ghost Glowwort. So, this is an interesting thing. This knife. The Finger Slayer blade. Hidden treasure of the Eternal City of Nokron. The hidden treasure of the Eternal City of Nokron. A blade said to have been born of a corpse. I wonder whose? The blood-drenched fetish is proof of the high treason committed by the Eternal City and symbolizes its downfall. Cannot be wielded by those without a fate, but is said to be able to harm the Greater Will and its vassals. Theoretically, this could be used to kill the Elden Beast, but we don't need that because I guess we can just kill it normally. But its other vassals are the Two Fingers. I'm thinking the Eternal City, as their great act of rebellion, killed their Two Fingers. They were like, fuck you, God, we don't need you and your creepy messengers. And God said, oh, you think the giant moving fingers are creepy. I'm going to throw this meteor centipede thing at you. Have fun in hell. Cannot be used by those without a fate. What does that mean exactly? I mean, I suppose we technically don't have a fate because we're just able to choose whatever ending we do. But it's a strange thing, you know? It's a wee bit bizarre. Let's see here. I just checking in on some character quest lines. Oh, right, I can give Dung Eater Celivis's potion. I think I might do that. Alright, doesn't seem like Celivis really has much of a questline, he's just a dick. And then I need to see where the next location Hyatt is in. North of the Great Town Bridge. Okay, cool. Well, most of her questline is just here. The Nox seeing trolls isn't so outlandish, seeing how the Dragonkin soldiers have very similar body structures to the trolls. Yeah, they were probably bred from trolls, now that I think... I totally forgot about that. Personally, I don't like the theory of America being, planned out everything. America having planned everything out. Because personally, I prefer the idea of her being a flawed god who destroyed the Elden Ring over her first son. I mean, that's why the lore is up to interpretation. I could see it, but... America does seem like an insanely selfish being. And that is still a flaw. She is still a flawed god, regardless of whichever theory you believe in. Hey, Ronnie. I got that knife you wanted.
Ah, it was thee, not blithe it seemeth. Even in my slumber I sensed it. It is in thy possession, is it not? The hidden treasure of Nokron. My thanks. Finally all the pieces are in place. Soon must I begin my journey. Upon the dark path only I may
To
tread.
get Dung Eater's ashes, I need to do his questline, which means Shrimp Bro must die. Well, that can't happen.
Ah, but before I leave, I must entrust thee with this. Take it.
Carry an inverted statue.
My discarded flesh lieth beyond the seal unlocked by it, upon which is carved the curse mark of thy desire. I can fathom what thy purpose might be. Neither of us is welcomed by the brighter path. I see. You may leave now. It was but brief, but thou gavest me fine service. What is it? Thy purpose in approaching me was to obtain the curse mark, was it not? You may leave now. I too am to depart on a journey. Upon the dark path only I may tread. What is it? Thy purpose and you may leave.
Alright.
I too.
Obviously, Ronnie's part of the Fia questline, so that seems to be the full extent of how much of it you have to do. Like, you can just stop there. But why would you? Now. I want to see it. I haven't looked this up. I want to know. Too late, it seems. So you can never tell Roger you found out where it is. How sad.
I am pleased to see you again. Would you like now? You are so very warm.
Thanks. We had the best Dung Eater fight. Oh, I never saw it. I have to go watch it. Oh my god, Misk is being held by a woman. This has never happened before. May I ask a favor?
My dear, might I ask something of you? Could you please find the owner of this dagger and return it to them?
Sure thing.
A certain person gave it to me as a gift. It's a very precious thing. It must have a special place in the owner's heart.
Puns.
So I would like for the original owner to have it back, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure thing.
I'd like you to find... It's a very... Then good day to you, my dear.
No problem. I love helping. Don't you guys love helping? I love helping. First things first, gotta get this shit out of here. Then... Weathered dagger. Dagger received from Fia, the deathbed companion. She wishes for it to be returned to its rightful owner. It was once a special weapon of gold and silver intertwined, but is now worn down and marred by a black gash. You think the deathbed companions were more XXX because it's G.R.R. Martin, but was toned way down for the actual game? I mean, it's... Oh, laying with something usually means having sex with it. So I think they just don't use stronger language and say, oh yeah, well, what do the deathbed companions do? They fuck corpses.
Ah, hello there. What can I do for you?
You can die.
Well, what have we here? How did you get your hands on that dagger? Well, that hardly matters. I know very well whose dagger it is. Why don't I return it to them for you? Good work bringing this to me.
You're welcome. We only do good things here. Well. Now then. We should do the Divine Tower. I do believe. It's probably a good idea. If I can remember where it is. Here it is. I love when my face itches while I'm wearing these. Only leads to good things. Let's see. We're at 11 likes. Beautiful. Let's see if we can get to 15. Dirty deeds done don't dirt cheap. Not all good. I hate when they're done. Oh, fuck. Well, anyway, so much for that one. Now, the Liurnia Divine Tower is very interesting because obviously it is not just the Divine Tower, it has a whole other structure attached to it. Yes, that is also the case for the one in Stormvale, but that is just like a bridge leading up to it. This is straight up the Liurnians, I guess more so the Carians. Have you been to Jarburg? Oh no, I haven't. That was the one other thing I needed to do here in Liurnia, is go to Jarburg. I haven't been here yet. Anyone care to remind me of where Jarburg is? Oh, and Alexander should be around here somewhere, shouldn't he? Filthy axe at a reasonable price. The funniest localization of all time. Let's see if Alexander's still around here, because he oftentimes will just disappear. I'll also see if I can figure out where the hell Jarburg is. Amoral acts accomplished at an agreeable asking. I like it. I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. This Landell guy is far away from home, but I believe we have killed him before, so... nothing really new to be had here. Should be near the edge. Yeah, I do think I remember that. Need pot grease to get him out of the hole. I think we can make that. It's an oil pot, right? Yeah. Ooh, I was right. Hey!
Can you hear me? Help me! I'm stuck! Hello?
Buddy!
Hello? Anyone?
What's up? You kinda have a habit of doing this.
Ah, hello. How nice it is to see a friendly face. As you can surmise, I've got myself stuck in another hole. Would you mind helping me out again? My
Sure.
thanks in advance. I know you're the man for the job. You know what to do, hmm? Give me a good smack from behind with something nice and big.
Oh,
Don't
oh, I
worry
just so
about
happen
my
to have
wound
quite the thing
sustained
for
at
it.
the festival. I'm stuck back together good and proper. Just give it your all.
Throw a little oil at you, get you a little oiled up here. You know, we need a little, we need a little lubricant. Yeah, haha, yeah. Oil up your Alexander before you give a nice big smack to his rear.
My thanks to you and your razor-sharp wits. Oh, as a token of my thanks, I'd like you to have this.
What is it? Oh, I love exalted flesh. Thank you for giving me some of your meat.
Dearie me, I'm oilier than a toad. Yeah, there were countless oil jars back where I'm from, actually. And now I know what it's like to be one of them.
The sexual tension here is palpable.
Yes, indeed. I too have a home. Though it is one to which I have vowed not to return.
Why?
So, I thought I might look out from atop the cliff. But as I drew closer and closer, pow, wouldn't you know it? I was perfectly stuck in that blasted hole. I can feel the warriors inside admonishing me for my mawkishness. To walk the path of champions, one cannot cleave to the past. I'm headed to the Fiery Mount in the north. I can strengthen myself there without fear of cracking this vessel. I will forge myself anew in its flames.
Sounds badass. Good luck with that.
I'm headed to the... I can strengthen... I will forge...
Well, I guess that basically tells us where Jarberg is, right? I never noticed it's past the Divine Tower. How have I never been there? How? Oh, you should see some headstones on the side of the cliff to go down. Let's have a look-see here. Here we go. Now this is fucking precarious. Jarberg. We did it! Hello, folks. Hello, child.
Hello, Cos. What are you doing here? I didn't think anyone knew about this place. Except us Jars. Ah. Are you going to be the new potentate?
What is a potentate? I'll be your potentate, I guess.
Gosh. Truly. That's wonderful news. It's not easy being potentate, though. I know.
The nicest town in the entire game.
Show
I
your
bet the
hands.
jars are all wonderful.
It's just a little test, Cos. To see if you've got the right stuff.
I do, I think.
Your skin isn't so smooth, is it? You
No.
need slick, slidey hands to be potentate, you know?
I see.
I'm sorry, Cuz. But I don't think you've got what it takes.
Now
What a shame. Don't look so glum, Cuz. We can still chat. Potentate or not, come back and visit me. When you can.
Potentate is a monarch or ruler, especially an autocratic one. Good to know, good to know. So you need to be a noble to be potentate.
Don't look so
Wonder if we know
glum,
any of
Cuz.
those.
We can still chat. Come back and visit me.
Sadly, you cannot be king of the jars. That is a tragedy. Look at you, you little T-posing creature. Look at this guy just chilling. Oh my god, that's how they sleep. That's adorable. This is a magical place. Fucking love Jarberg. This is a 5-star tourist destination. It's one of the best places to farm flowers. That is the greatest sentence I've ever heard. Got a big pot. The small pots, the pot children. Big pots. Pots of all shapes and sizes around here. Magical. Look at that T-posing creature had me in bits. Thanks, I try. I try very hard. Okay, I guess there's not a path over there. Good to know, good to know. Wish there was a gift shop. Well, you get a bunch of ritual pots there. That's the Jarberg souvenirs. The ritual pots. Didn't know this existed? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that place is also the end for Dialis' quest line. Because he's a noble. It's the greatest place in the world. Jarberg. Beautiful night. Perfect time also for us to be going here. Karian study. Ghost man. What the fuck is that? Xander leaves a note outside of Volcano Manor saying it's weird and not hot enough. Oh, celestial globe, transmit to posterity the wisdom of the moon and the stars, and obscure forever the transgressions of the princess. So hide the shit that Ronnie's doing, of course, of course. Oh, celestial globe. We should make that into like an actual phrase that people say. Oh, celestial globe. Hello, Preceptor, whatever your name is. Marion! You bitch. Let me ponder my celestial globe, as you do. Haha, had to teleport away. Remember the land before? It's also one of those franchises that's weird to me because I started watching it when I was like fucking 4 or 5 or something, so I had absolutely no concept of like continuity or a series being in order. So I have no idea. I think I watched the first one in kindergarten or something, like actually in kindergarten class. But I don't know how many movies there are, or when they started coming out. Marion, stop fucking teleporting everywhere. Stop doing that. It's fucking annoying. I'm going to turn you into a bread paste. You just gonna keep going like this? I'll take that as a yes. Loretta gotta regret teaching Miriam that spell. I would. Think you can kill her from above? Probably. Where have you gone, Miriam? There you are. You fucking bitch. Burn in hell. Magic downpour. Right, so we need to look at the staff. Let's see. Carrying glintstone staff. Staff embedded with a blue glintstone, one of 2 types of carrying staff. Given to sorcerers that they might enact the role of knight. Enhances carrying sword sorceries. Good to know. Then we got Magic Downpour. One of the sorceries of the Carrion royal family. Said to have been taught by the Crystallians to mark the swearing of the Old Concord. That's nice. As mark of our connection, here is this spell. I dig it. I can rock with that. So how are you guys doing? How's your day been? Anything interesting going on? Ah yes, one would question why they would make their study basically part of the Divine Tower. I don't have a particularly definitive answer on that. It was probably maybe in part due to the connection with Radigan, maybe? Sort of a symbolic thing. Pizza's banging, so I'm doing really good. That's excellent. That is fantastic. Good pizza makes a great day. Ah yes. Now we use the thing. Studying for a cloud platform certification at the moment. That sounds terribly boring. My condolences. Ugh. Pressure plate? Or just magic? Just magic. Oh, the chromatic aberration effect I put on almost all of the manga panels in my videos. Well, that's crazy. It is. Okay, I figured. It does not sound pleasant. That's why I never really study for anything. I'm very privileged to be one of those people who can do stuff like take tests and stuff without having to study for them. Remember my first foreskin noble was at this tower. For me, the first god skin in general I encountered was the noble in Mount Gelmir. The first apostle I encountered was the one in the duo, because I just never went to the windmill village somehow. I really just skipped most of Altus. So that's what happens when I play a video game for the first time. Especially one that I'm trying to avoid spoilers for. Are you fucking kidding me? Apostle was in the Divine Tower. That was scary. I bet it was. Oh no, the hands. Well, fortunately, we pretty much one-shot him now, so it's okay. Welcome to pain. I recall this place is kind of a pain in the dick. Ow. Heal. Are the hands ever explained? Nope. Get knocked off. Get knocked off. Fuck you, die. Please die. Hands kind of look like Rykard hands. Yeah, I think we brought that up when we went to Merry Manor. Oh, you fucking bitch. So, yeah, this place makes no sense. I'm sure you already knew that, but it makes zero logical sense. It doesn't even follow the same kind of logical inversion, because the gravity only seems to apply to the environment, but not to anything in it. Like, now the water just obeys different laws of gravity than we do, or a different gravitational pull. Wouldn't it be cool if it was all flowing down here now? Washing off all the cobwebs and shit. Get fucked again. Ah, lucidity. These carrions know their shit. That they do. Alleviates buildup of sleep and madness. One of the sorceries of the Carrion royal family. Alleviates buildup of sleep and madness. This sorcery can be cast while in motion. The Carrion Knights never waver. Well, that's a very brief description. Interesting, those are the two things. I mean, I suppose, yeah, I don't get tired, and I cannot be mentally shaken. That does make sense for, like, knights who are supposed to be the elite amongst the elite for the Carrion royal family. I remember there was a funny tweet I remember of someone reacting to the Jurassic World Dominion's director talking about how it would be really interesting or whatever, you know, talking about the concept of if dinosaurs walked amongst us. And someone said that amongst has the vibe of someone defusing a bomb. Like, that man very intentionally did not want to say Among Us. Speaking of, did you guys see that in the closed captions for the Queen's funeral it capitalized Among Us? I sure do love pop culture. Alright, yeah, upside down elevators and shit. This place is giving me a headache. Thank God we're getting out of here now. And then we have this door that makes no sense. Oh, bye, Tater. Don't hate your time at work. I know I try not to. And now we're up here, and now suddenly the tower goes back to being normal. Like the doors aren't upside down. And they close behind us because the game's like, yeah, don't worry about that, just don't think about it. I actually really don't hate my job. That's very good. I'm pretty ambivalent about my job. It's just occasionally things happen there that kind of rub me the wrong way. For me, it's mostly just boring. Which, I mean, hey, if I get $60 a day just to be bored, that's fine by me. So here's our first Godskin encounter, and we encounter a noble. Now yes, we all know it. This is hilarious. It was funnier when I thought it was his fat, but it's still funny that he wears a fat suit. And I forget the button again. I need to stop hitting L1. It is having an adverse effect on my health. Oh, you're tanky, aren't you? Oh, your filthy input reading can kiss my ass. That first thrust is so fast. Something about deliberately wearing a suit of fat from your victims is more silly than being fat on your own. I suppose. Maybe. You can interpret it that way, I guess. Well, adios, but hey, if you're still streaming in 4 hours, I'll be able to tune back in. I can't imagine I will be. We'll be going on for probably like another 2 hours at most. Because when we're done here, we're just going to do the different ways to get up to Altus. The tail is his, right? It's not part of his suit. Yeah, the Godskin Apostles have tails, if I remember correctly, so that's all his. You'll notice that his apron has multiple faces in it. These guys are really good tailors. You don't see any seams. Like, it's all just one surface. Uninterrupted. Oh boy, time for the girthquake. Sleeping. The motherfucker. Yeah, apparently the God Slayers are weak to sleeping. They can't handle when it's Betty Bye time. Ouch. Now you may be wondering, what is this guy doing here? Why is there a Godskin Noble here? Well, I believe we find out a little bit about their previous activities through this item description. Hood made by sewing together patches of smooth skin. Subcutaneous fat makes it plump and soft. Worn by Godskin nobles. Nobles are the most ancient apostles who are said to have assimilated inhuman physiology. Not unlike the Crucible, the Erd Tree in its primordial form. Okay, so I don't think we find out about that here. Do we know any of the, Black Flame incantations? We don't. But the Godskin Apostles were the original wielders of the Rune of Death, the Power of Death. That power was something that Ranni ended up using. And perhaps that noble believed that maybe there's still a little bit of that power here that they could come and collect. Because their black flames are a pale shadow of their former power. Maybe with whatever power they could get here, it could be restored. Oh yeah, the chest has different stuff as well. This one's in reference to the specific apron. Robe made by sewing together patches of smooth skin. Subcutaneous fat makes it plump and soft. Worn by Godskin nobles known for their seven-face aprons. Strengthens the noble presence. Incantation. Yeah, they have a seven-faced apron. Perhaps the specific seven faces are supposed to represent the seven vices, you know, the seven deadly sins. Because I imagine they probably want to kill gods a lot, because they're like, gods suck, they're sinners. They're sinful fuckers. Definitely not us, the guys that go around murdering people and cutting their skin off and sewing it together to be our clothes. We're the good guys, you know? And here is Ranni. Curse Mark of Death and the Stargazer Heirloom. So a few things. Ranni's big. She looks to be about the size of Melania, I think. Second, what's that there? What's that remnant of something on her head? That's right, folks, it's red hair. Because, of course, when Ranni was alive, she had red hair. She's one of the children of Radagon. Weirdest part is the Godskin are children of a goddess, the Gloam-Eyed Queen. Well, I don't think Empyreans are necessarily gods. They are beings that have the potential to become gods. Curse mark carved into the discarded flesh of Ranni the Witch. also known as the half-wheel wound of the centipede. This curse mark was carved at the moment of death of the first demigod, and should have taken the shape of a circle. However, 2 demigods perished at the same time, breaking the curse mark into 2 half-wheels. Ranni was the first of the demigods whose flesh perished, while the Prince of Death perished in soul alone. So that's why Ranni is still able to possess her doll body, because her soul still exists, but her physical form was destroyed. On the other hand, Godwyn is now a soulless husk that's turning into a big fish. Ranni carved the mark on herself, or did someone help her? No, it seems like just their death caused the curse mark to appear. It wasn't carved in, I don't think. It was literally just their death that caused it to manifest. Then we have the Stargazer heirloom. A talisman engraved with the legend of a queen raises intelligence. The young astrologer gazed at the night sky as she walked. She had always chased the stars every step of her journey. Then she met the full moon, and in time, the astrologer became a queen. And that's obviously the tale of Rennala. And I guess she passed that down to her daughter, which makes sense, especially given that Ranni seemed to have inherited the moon stuff. All very interesting things. Why don't we take a trip back to Round Table? Surely there's no form of drama of any kind happening around here. No siree, of course not. Imagine if Rennala summoned a fire giant instead of a troll. I would kill myself.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit tuning?
Alright, the poop man is not here yet. But, this has happened. Sup?
Finally, it is returned to its rightful place. The stolen Hallowbrand of the exalted noble. And now, I must bid you goodbye as well, though I ask you deliver this message to the Round Table Hold. I am Fia, deathbed companion, hark Round Table.
Hark!
Disturb not the death of Godwyn, the exalted. We, who humbly live in death, live in waiting, to one day welcome our Lord. What right does anyone have to object? Our Lord will rise, the Lord of the many and the meek.
Bye! That's certainly quite the exit. Killed by deathblow. Very unfortunate. Sure, the earliest one you can get is in Montgomery. I have no recollection of where the fuck you get seedbed curses. I'm pretty sure he just appears, but he doesn't want to talk to you until you get one. Because normally he's just like, fuck you. I hate you. I would kill the shit out of you if I could. Then when you get a seedbed curse, he's like, ooh, you seem cool. I have no idea what I'm doing. Twin Helm. Helm depicting entwined twins of gold and silver. The two known as D are inseparable twins. They are of 2 bodies and 2 minds, but one single soul. Not once do they stand together. Not one word do they speak to one another. Perhaps this armor longs to find its way to the other D. Maybe, I guess. That's weird. Do we have any explanation for D's weird existence? Does bell bearing tell us anything? Not really. And now... yeah, I gotta get that D, of course. Hey. Roger's bell bearing and all his stuff. And his letter. Spellblade's pointed hat. Glintstone sorcerer Roger's pointed hat as attachment. No one noticed the anger, grief, regret, or fear that it... But I wonder where it comes from. Who can say? Let's see, what's the deal with his letter? It's probably an info, isn't it? Yeah. Letter written in a trembling hand. I forgot to tell you, but it seems D has a younger brother. I heard he lies in a deep sleep in the aqueduct beside the eternal city of Nokron. And it said he stood before the Prince of Death, not far beyond that spot. Well, that's very convenient information. Thanks, Roger. Now, back to Liurnia. We got that High-Hedda quest line. Found to the north of the Gate Town Bridge. Where is that? Oh right, Lambkin, how could I forget? Thank you for reminding me, Chilled. Much appreciated. Hello, gentlemen. Don't mind me. Yo, Vare, give me that thing.
Oh, another thing. You should have this.
I just somehow missed this last time. Pureblood Knight's Medal.
A medal granted by the new Mogwin dynasty, with the power to grant audience with Luminary Moog. I've gone out of my way to provide one to you. But you mustn't use it just yet. The meeting must wait until the Mogwin dynasty commences. Luminary Moog yet slumbers beside the divinity. We must endure a little longer.
You seem to know an awful lot, Vare.
Ah, it is trying, but we must be patient. One day you will be elevated, deservedly, basking in love. Right, my lambkin? Ah, one day, right, my...
Of course, of course. Let's see. The Gate Town Bridge. Oh, up there. I haven't been there in forever. God, this world map is huge. There's so much stuff that you can miss so easily. Oh, don't mind me, gentlemen. What's your deal? Raya Lucaria, hallowed hall dedicated to the study of magic. Why shut your doors to me? Am I barred from donning the crown of stone? Yes, you are, 'cause you suck. It is quite funny that the noble sorcerer ashes are like, yeah, this guy got kicked out of the academy because he sucks. And how good are his ashes? They suck. Henrietta is right there. How convenient. That was a misinput. Hi, how are you?
Hello? Is someone there?
It's me.
Would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your
I'd
possession
love
to me?
to.
I'm on a pilgrimage in search of the distant light, and when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes.
Here, have this.
Many thanks to you. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are. Delectably tender and sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be to behold.
Oh, they're human eyes.
No. That's not possible. Not all of those people. Their own... So those noises I heard were... Sorry. I'm alright now. Don't mind me. I apologize. You only did as I asked. I'll be fine. Think no more of it. I apologize. I'll be fine.
Okay. You done there? Don't throw up, it's a waste of all the scripts. Oh, fuck. So from the cut content, I personally prefer the Collar story for the Frenzied Flame over Hayata. Then again, it's a lot more tragic to say the least. I think we've got enough tragedy to deal with already. Would have been cool if instead of just him, the noble sorcerer, was just part of the wandering noble ashes, like if you upgraded them or something. Yeah. Ah, Shabriri jelly, my favorite. You good now?
Is that you over there?
Yes.
I've gleaned something very important indeed, thanks to you. The reason why it was eyes I had to eat. The distant light is far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked eye. But with everyone's eyes together, it appears.
Well, that makes sense, I guess.
It all makes sense. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden. I've gleaned something very certain now.
Well, that's good for you, I guess. And now we go up to the Bellum Church, which is convenient because that's around where we needed to go anyway. That'd just be pepper jelly, actually. Interesting. Oh yeah, now the fingerprint grape which we have is different from the normal Shabriri grape. It's the one we specifically get from Vike. Yeah, it's specifically Vike's eyeball. Leads her to the source and lets her become a finger maiden.
Oh, hello. Is that you over there? Have you ever heard of fingerprint grapes? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the burnt fingers. I would truly love to try one. The distant light seems far closer than before, but I can't sense a thing from the usual grapes anymore. please.
She has eyes
Could you
on the
donate a
inside
fingerprint
of her
to me?
stomach.
Without one, I don't know. I feel like I might go mad.
Here you go.
Oh, a fingerprint grape. Tried and true. What a wondrous thing. A fingerprint grape. Oh, how sweet. Yet, how it burns.
Sweet and spicy. Interesting combo.
I've composed myself again. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you. Thank you. I'm sure I'll be a finger maiden. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. I'm sure I'll be a finger maiden.
This quest is like a mix of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, looking for eyes on the inside that are burning. This whole game is like Bloodborne and Dark Souls at the same time. Well, now, I believe, that's pretty much all we have to do in Liurnia. So now, there's one thing left to do. Actually, there's about 3 things left for us to do at the moment. And all of those things are us getting to the Altus Plateau. 2 of the ways being accessible from the Bellum Church. Did I ever read this? I can't remember. The First Liurnian War, Radigan's glory burns red as his hair. Yeah, so there were multiple wars with Liurnia. We probably went over this before. Like, they fought each other, and then presumably Radigan and Renala didn't meet during that one. And it seems like probably the forces of the Erd Tree were more victorious, I suppose. Then the second one came about, and they decided to have a truce because Radigan and Renala thought each other were hot. Have I mentioned before how much I love the scale of this place? Feels so grand. And this insane thing, which should not work by any known laws of physics. This insane piece of engineering, which is definitely too heavy to function. Don't know what Radigan saw in the cone head. I don't know, maybe he's a feet guy. Also, I imagine her hair is not cone shaped. And she has a pretty face, so... Or maybe he just thought she was cool. You know, master of sorcery and such. The cone head is why he divorced her. He got sick of the cone head. Pretty sure those are tree sentinels being depicted there. The tree sentinels are quite important when you think about it. Like, they are the most elite knights in the service to Leyndell, I do believe. Renal is so tall, like, damn, that's definitely an upside. Oh yeah, most certainly. The Greater Will was like, hey Radigan, we command you to hit that for the realm. And as we know, Radigan will have sex with whoever his boss tells him to. It's kind of his whole deal. How nice that the rain is in the cutscene when it's raining. I like that. Yeah, Radigan's always taking one for the team. Whereas Godfrey just takes whatever he wants. Now, if I remember correctly... Hello, Raya. They were correct. How you doing? I'm pretty sure these golems are non-hostile. Yep. When you come up through the correct way, it means you have permission to be up here. The golems have no problem with you. They're just chilling. Love the big ghost banners. What a pretty place. And there's... Oh yes, there's my lovely peaceful home over there. Mount Doomfuck.
I've been waiting for you.
I knew you had the stuff of champions. I hereby invite you to the Volcano Manor. Take my hand and have audience with my mistress.
Sure.
Give me your hand. I will pray that you follow the same path as Lady Tanith.
Let's go. I guess we teleport. Or we just walk there, who knows. Considering how dangerous... Yeah, we teleport. Yo, Tanith! And this guy who's seemingly a traitor, Crucible Knight, which is very interesting. How you doing?
Brave Tarnished. Welcome to the Volcano Manor. I am Tanith, the proprietress of this house. Raya
Sweet.
spoke well of you. A warrior of promise, I believe she said. Perhaps you are prepared to make a commitment. Will you join us here at the Volcano Manor and resist the tide? Why accept the burden of their grace, or be fooled by the dogmatic ramblings of the Fingers? Rise with us against the Erd Tree.
Sure, why not?
Interesting. Your decision is most welcome. Now you belong to the Volcano Manor family. The drawing room lies down the hall. Make
She
yourself
just turns
comfortable,
into a snake and
but be
stretches
sure
you
to
over
earn
here.
your keep.
Drawing room key. Any lore to be found here? Nope. Yeah, I do wonder what the deal is with this guy. Cause the Crucible Knights are the Knights of Godfrey, are they not? Or are they something more ancient? You know, because they're Crucible Knights. Would one perhaps oppose the Erd Tree because the Erd Tree is a corruption of the Crucible? I could see that, maybe. Also, I have a feeling those guys are probably from Godfrey's barbarian tribe just because of how fucking big they all are. It would just make sense. Oh, you look like you've had a fun time. Oh, we'll be in there later. We're gonna save Mount Gelmir and Volcano Manor for another day. For the most part. Hey, Raya. Hey, Bernal. Hey, Dialos.
Hello again, brave Tarnished. As a scout, I am pleased to see you again here at the Volcano Manor, under Lady Tanith's guidance. May you tread the path of valor.
Yeah, America and Radigan both like 'em tall.
Brave Tarnished under Lady.
Sure thing. Hey, Bernal, how you doing? Looking sick as shit, by the way.
You. What in heaven's name are you doing here? The Volcano Manor is a pit of recusants who spit at grace and hunt our own kind. I hope you understand the weight of my words.
I do.
Well, as long as you understand what you're saying. I thought you were tarnished, bred by virtue. Perhaps playing that part led you to your doubts, I wonder. But know that the path you walk is blasphemy and leads only to a miserable death. Before you consider hunting any of your own kind, think on that. This blasphemous path leads only before you can...
We of the Lord of the Volcano Manor, bequeathed to Tarnish who have become family. Creepy.
Well, nice to see you again. So you've been invited as well, I see. Then we're comrades in arms henceforth. You watch my back, and I'll watch yours. Yes?
Hey, why are you helping out the guys that killed your friend?
I can tell. You're wondering about Lanya. Well, you see, after much internal debate, I've come to realize
that you're mentally
revenge
cocked?
is not the answer.
Oh,
According
yeah.
to Lady Tanith, I've got the stuff of champions.
You're very
And
easily
champions,
manipulated.
ironic as it is, are oft forced to walk a tainted path. It hit me like a bolt from the blue, that my former thoughts were simple naivety. Of course, my heart weeps for Lanya. That unfortunate incident was a cruel twist of fate indeed. But succumbing to the pain and sadness caused won't make me a champion, will it?
It's all about
Lanya
ego,
knows
huh?
this, I'm
Yeah, you've been
certain.
sifted.
Fate has laid hard roads for us both, but such is true of any road trod by champions.
Right.
I always resented these hands, their pale complexion, a far cry from any warriors, the shame of House Hoslow. But that won't be the case.
Yeah,
for me.
translation, I'm a
They'll be
bitch.
darkened by grit once I've set out on the path of
Ah, you
champions.
want to become a
The tale of House
hard-working man,
Hoslow
huh?
is told in blood, after all.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I always repel, but that won't be. They'll be darker tale of.
Well, who does this letter tell us to kill? Old Knight is found. He can be found in Limgrave. Nice. We'll take care of the Volcano Manor stuff when the time comes for the Volcano Manor episode. Until then, back to the Bellum Church. We got that other way up here to go check out. Well, I suppose if we're already in Mount Gelmir, maybe, why don't we just, I don't know, do the way that takes us right up to Mount Gelmir? Hmm? Hmm. Yeah, good point. Alright. So we head out here, and we go down to Big Wheel. Ooh, it's gonna drop us. Oh! Where is it? Hey man, come get me. Not like that. You did damage to me first, just open up, idiot. Oh, does it have to kill me with it? I see. Come on. Let's do it. Oh no, I died. Ah. Oh my god, we're in hell. Yeah, I imagine these things were in Raya Lucaria because, well, Liurnia is a bit of a source of, you know, insurrection and fighting against the Erd Tree, and as Justiciar, as head of the Inquisition, it was kind of Rykard's job to make sure that none of that shit was happening. So, put your big, kidnapping, torture things in the place where you expect to be finding lots of people. Well, not just people, but you know, like, rebellious people. Those fucking teenagers. Hold on. You should be dead, man. Why doesn't that damage you? This is definitely the nicest looking lava area they've done so far. I feel like that's pretty easy to say. But it's not fucking broken. Also makes sense for Renala to keep it. She likely still cares for Rykard. Same can be said for how Radahn keeps one in Redmane Castle. That's a weird thing to keep because you care about your relative. Oh, I care about you. Here, I'll keep this murder, death, torture machine of yours that kidnaps people here. Or alternatively, it was just Rykard sending those to help support them. That's also a possibility. Know something incredible ad. True. Oh, you know when you suddenly see lights at the corner of your vision? That's weird as shit. So you're saying it's weird that I kept my bro's Iron Maiden? Does your brother's Iron Maiden kidnap people? So then, yeah, it's maybe a little weird. Oh, the cum bleeders. We got Albinorix here, folks. You're telling me kidnapping people isn't okay? According to the law, it is not, in fact, okay. I know this is very difficult for us to deal with. Ugh. Subterranean Inquisition Chamber. I love those. They're the best. I don't call it kidnapping, I call it collecting. I bet a lot of people do. Now before we go any further, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. You know, I was wondering if there were any enemies here that were gonna kill me. That would have been hilarious. Especially since I was, like, about to die when I came back. Now that's what I call a live slug reaction. If he died, I'll give him $5. What is, like, compensation? Uh-oh. Well, this seems less volcano-y. Nothing there. Whatever could be in here. Oh goody, it's a fucking gank boss. Right there. Ow. More thank you. Oh well, thank you for offering. I appreciate it. Bruh. That's a major bruh moment there. I didn't even remember that they could do that. Ganked by a bunch of virgins. For some people, that would be a dream. I forget where to go. Whoopee. Yeah. And today's news, Miss cannot handle taking 2 virgins. It would seem not. I'm not equipped for that. Bring home his boy Kool-Aid. What the fuck are you even talking about now? Oh, that would have killed me right there. Man, this Starcaller cry is fucking great at these guys. I've only fought this boss once before, I think, and it sucks. Like most gank bosses do, you know. You wanna handle that one, Oleg? Don't kill my man, Oleg. Oh, shit, don't kill me! There you go. We got him. Inquisitor's Garandal. Looks like a wildly inefficient weapon, but perhaps good for torturing people. Instrument of torture used on nobles behind the curtain at the Volcano Manor of Mount Gelmir. Its numerous spikes pierce the flesh, then singe the wounds with flame. The smell of burnt blood induces despair in the victim, a candlestick conceived by a thorough mind. Yeah, I bet. You gotta be pretty thorough when you're a fucking psychopath like that. One of Heavenly's favorite weapons, apparently. That's interesting. I haven't really heard anything about it. Interesting that it's apparently actually good. Trident supremacy. I see, I see. So it's like that. And now we're technically in Mount Gelmir, kind of, I guess. And now we're on the Altus Plateau. I swear to God, I thought that was gonna kill me. Marika daughter or Radigan's son? Radigan's son, because he'll probably end up getting us into wealth somehow. We'll be doing all this stuff next time when it's fully fledged Altus Plateau time. But there is still one more path up here that I want to take care of. I also just remembered that we did not... No, I'm not interested in you right now. Leave me alone. We did not talk to Millicent down by Gowry's shack. We should do that. All of Radigan's sons have been truly great fellows. They have, actually. Hey, Melina.
The Erd Tree is close.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Only a little further till the foot of the Erd Tree. And the accord is fulfilled. It takes me back. I was born at the foot of the Erd Tree, where Mother gave me my purpose.
Your mom is totally Marika. Who else would be giving birth at the foot of the Erd Tree?
I have to ascertain for myself the reason for which I live, burned and bodiless.
Oh yeah, I guess you're also like a spirit person. That is definitely a thing. Oh, give me that. Must have. I mean, Radahn is arguably the coolest guy among them, but Rykard was kind of shit. Yeah. And Mikkela's weird. She's got no form, but she can be involved in a physical fight. That's when we summon her, the way we summon other people's spirits, you know? So even then. Hey, Millicent.
Oh, hello again. Something about this place felt familiar to me, so I decided to pay a visit. Hoping to find someone here, but I've only found emptiness. Perhaps, before my departure, I needed someone to say farewell to. Well, never mind that. I must focus on my journey, for which I have you to thank. I must stay strong. Well, I must.
The Scarlet Rot is such an interesting thing, because it's not just the death of things, it's the transformation of things and the creation of new life. And this is an entire human being that was sprouted from the rot. Of course, she certainly serves a purpose, and we'll get into that quite a bit down the road, you know, when we get to like the Halig Tree and stuff, when we're into the end parts of her quest line. Should be interesting. It's the breakdown from it and then building up differently. Yes, pretty much. Ugh. Got some miners chilling here, making chili or something. Having a stew. The rot makes either awful bug things or pretty women. Yup, and then the pretty women rot and turn into a big flower. We are indeed in Liurnia of the Lakes, in case you didn't know. These fuckers are quite big. A lot of Smith and Stone 5s around here. Radon is a Chad, Records a Crusader, Brownie's a schemer, Godwin was cool, Morgoth's sad, Moog's evil, Melania's a war criminal, and Mikola's Griffith, if he chilled the fuck out for a second. That is a very interesting description of Mikola. The Ravine-Veiled Village. It's a very tiny village. So, was it explicitly stated before what the purpose of this tunnel was going to be? Was it just a mine? Or was it meant to be like a second route through, so you wouldn't need the lift? 'Cause, I mean, that's the purpose it serves for us. Hey, man. Thanks. Oh, awkward. Hey, we got more of these little militia guys here, who I can never remember the names of. Bye-bye. Oh, that's an item I see. With a long elevator. Nice. Is that really worth it? Questionable. Huh, we don't have any of these for poison. That's strange. But alright, I guess. It's not the biggest deal in the world. No, I wonder what the hell all this green glowing shit is. Like, what are they mining in here? Other than smithing stone. Millicent is worth it. Oh, yeah, I'd say so. Even more than her mom. You could call her her mom, I guess. I don't know, it's weird because she didn't really give birth to her. She was just kind of spawned from the rot. Yes. I have never seen anyone mention this, but Melania is technically a MILF. Like, technically. No, stop! That was fast. Stop that! You little fucker! Like how this area is guarded by the Vulgar Militia shows that Malekith is guarding it. Ah, yes, of course. That's their name. I always forget it. I like that Malekith's army consists of big fuck you gargoyles and just a bunch of funny little guys. Just a bunch of little dudes. The ruin-strewn precipice. Great view from here. I would definitely drop dead here. That would not be the worst thing ever. Yeah, I mean, let's see. What was the last thing this guy saw? A pretty solid view. This game has a lot of great vistas, gotta say. I also really like those waterfalls. They're nice. Kinda seems like a giant dam. Oh, the lighting's a little fucked up there. Malekith really said, "Let the midgets be my men." Of course. Only the Vulgar Militia and Black serve Malekith. The others don't cast his miracles. I was wondering about that, because not all of them seem to use the power of death. And I don't think those ones use the bestial incantations. Like the Vulgar Militia, they're just guys that get sent to places that suck. They're not necessarily, they're not like explicitly servants of Malekith, just some of them are. Just like how not all the gargoyles are Malekith. Just the Black Blade Kindreds. Oh. Yeah, it makes sense. This place is great for resources. Oh, we got the ladies singing. I think, oh man, encountering one of those for the first time was so funny. Isn't a god-devouring curved sword in this area? It is. We'll be getting it. Lovely voice you have, ma'am. Don't fucking kick poison shit at me. I'm gonna destroy your bloodline. Love its design. Yeah. It's pretty cool. You guys picked some interesting places to hang out, I gotta say. I love how they get launched sometimes. Like, that dude just got flung all the way fucking off here. Oh no, he's over there. That's a really far way to go. Yeah, these are curved swords up there. Here is, I believe, the only magic variant of these. Her design's a bit different. She's got like a hood on and everything, or a crest. And she just fucking throws glintstone shit at us. Shrimp Bro is summonable here? He is? Is it only if you become friends with him? Because I've never summoned him here before. I know Tragoth's here. Yeah, for the boss fight, you gotta be friends. Cool, so we'll have extra friends for this. Fantastic. Yeah, this seems like a really weird place for these land octopi to be hanging out, but who am I to tell them what to do? The thing I want them to do is die. That is a delicious amount of damage. This fight the other day with Shrimp Bro, Tragoth, and Mimic. That seems a little excessive. Serpent God's Curved Sword. Let's have a look at that now, shall we? Curved sword fashioned in the image of an ancient serpent deity, and tool of a forgotten religion practiced on Mount Gelmir, formerly used to offer up sacrifices. This sword restores HP upon slaying an enemy, just like the Blasphemous Blade. Obviously, efficiency-wise, it wouldn't make sense to do this, but I figured that it would be like the mouth down. But it is more efficient that it's not. That's pretty solid. So yeah, what do you know? Looks like there was some sort of weird ancient religious thing in Mount Gelmir, some kind of pagan shit. It was overkill, but it was fun to have a whole raid party. It is. It's part of why Radon is so fun. It's you and the boys fighting a big guy. It's not to love. I never stop thinking about how many things are stronger than Godric. It's so funny. This big lizard we're gonna fight is stronger than Godric, a supposed demigod. My goodness. Oh, we can summon Millicent. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Use Cestus? Oh my god, he does. Well, that's cool that Millicent has an actual model that fights with one arm. I didn't know that. Yeah, let's do the full raid party. This is a raid boss. It's the end of a big tunnel dungeon thing. It is literally a fucking raid boss. Gang's all here. Ah, but I can only summon 2. I don't miss out on Tragoth's stuff by not summoning him, do I? This is awesome. Just me and my friends. 2 characters I actually know. I have no idea why Blackguard's here, but I'm not gonna complain. Let me just make sure that I don't miss out on Tragoth stuff. Okay, that's completely unrelated. Got a shrimp bro, and best girl. Let's go fight this big thing. In this cool looking arena. Fall down from the ceiling. Magma Worm Macaw. So this is specifically a named Magma Worm, not just a generic one like the fucking Galen. This is a guy, a notable one. Probably because he fucking lives here. Perhaps. That did not do nearly as much damage as I hoped it would. Did Blackguard just eat shrimp? Did he just eat boiled prawn to buff himself? That is great. Oh, because he needs to be an Altus for the dungeon to play. I see. That makes sense then. Ouch. What? Oh no, not yet. It's time. Do your thing. Buff that sword. In really cool fashion. Even if you're kind of a mildly annoying fight. There we go. Can I get to it? Just barely. Just in time. And this also explains, you know, how Millicent gets up to Altus. She comes through here like us. In this case, with us. And then she's kind of dead. Well, at least me and the boy made it. Magma Worm, Skill, Sword, and a Dragon Heart. Thanks, Blackguard. Let's see, where is that sword? Is this worm a foreshadowing of Rykard? No, because this relates to Dragon Communion. Curved greatsword wielded by magma worms. The shape resembles a dragon's jaw and is covered in hard scales. It's said these land-bound dragons were once human heroes who partook in Dragon Communion, a grave transgression for which they were cursed to crawl the earth upon their bellies, shadows of their former selves. Lango's really fucked up, because imagine this. You're Blackguard, a common criminal whose only crime was stealing. Yet he was made to share a cell with Dung Eater, of all people. Ugh. Wait, I just realized Morgoth's still enforcing the law in Lanedell, despite the fact that almost everyone has gone insane. Yes, and I do believe there should be a new dragon incantation in the cathedral. Pretty sure about that. Because I believe that's where we find out some more lore about him. Morgott is lawful. That is true, he is a lawful neutral character. Guess not. I know we get something from Theodorix. But not here, I guess. Oh well. So yeah, now that we've beaten that guy, I mean, that's pretty much all for the stream. The only other way up to Altus is through the Nameless Eternal City, but that takes us right to Lanedale. We're not doing Lanedale for a bit. You know, like at least until after the next stream. So, yeah. But I hope you all enjoyed. It was a fun stream, even if we didn't do too much of like great significance or scale. We're in kind of that swing into the next big chunk of the game. So, it's to be expected. Yeah, a whole new area. So next stream is going to be all Altus. We're going to see how much of the Altus Plateau we're going to do. Should be a whole ton of fun for the whole family. I'm not entirely sure when the next stream will be. It probably won't be tomorrow. Probably. Maybe Saturday. I'm thinking maybe Saturday. We'll see. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.